This is going to be the first video. I am planning on making quite a few more about what you can do with a framing square. There are a lot of things you can do with a framing square for those of you who do not know, and I am hoping that you will learn from the videos. And I'm actually thinking about making a book, kind of an updated version of a few older books that might be a little outdated or not have as much information in it as I have found lately. So let's go ahead, and in this video we're going to find the diameter of an arch or the circle, and what you would use to cut out an arch for an opening, maybe going from a living room into a hallway, for example. Now there is a formula for that, and I will put a link here if I remember to. Hopefully I do. And then you can use that. But I just thought it was neat that you could do this with a framing square. So let's get on it here. We came down a foot. You can come down whatever measurement you want. And we're 2'6". I'm not half a sheet of plywood. I just made this a 5-foot piece of plywood here. And you just draw a line from the point here to the point here. And then find the center of this line here. And you don't need to draw this other line here. You can see, you can get it all with this right here. But if you did draw this and you got the center and these lines were off a little bit, then you might want to do your calculations again. So half of this line here, half the distance, this is the middle. As we can see here, the center of this, half the distance. And then here we have the center point of the diameter of our circle. Hopefully that makes sense. And there is our arc or our arch. And you can see here, you just put a screw or a nail in here, use your tape measure, and I have a video for that. I'll put a link here also. And then let's see what it would look like for those of you who might not really get a good view of what this is. I just took and lowered the arc here, lowered it down here so you could see what it was. So this would be the distance from here. If you wanted it to be 16 inches, draw it a little farther down and then have your line go from the center here to that mark. Let's take a look at another example. I'm going to go 2 foot in on each side. We have our 5-foot piece of plywood here. And then I'm going to go down, instead of 1 foot, I'm going to go 1 foot 2 inches and then bring it in. So our line here is going to go from here to here. And then we are going to do the same thing. We have our line, half the distance, and then we have the center point for our arc. And then you can draw it. Here's the center point again, center point for the arc, or diameter of the circle, radius of the circle, I should say. And then you would end up with something like this. And this might look more familiar to you for some type of a arc or arch design. So there it is, simple. And I will put links. I'll be putting together a playlist and put something at the end of the video when it is eventually done, to create a playlist for different types of things you can do with the framing square that you might find helpful.